All right, check this out, guys. I'm gonna put you guys on some serious game, regarding Pumpfun and regarding a specific niche, so that way you guys are aware of it, how to fucking make money on this shit. But it does take an investment, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I just changed my fucking whole entire YouTube channel to this because I'm that passionate about it. It's just fucking that deep. So at first it was, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. My Uncle Warren the Guru. The new brand's just fucking Warren. W4RR3N. You know, just because at the end of the day, like, I don't give a fucking. Branding is everything, and I want to be able to get outside these fucking boxes, get outside and really be live, be out there in the real world and real world scenarios, even if it means streaming live to YouTube and Kick and Twitch and Pump at the same time. But I wanted to give you guys some game because though you may be seeing me less in the room here, you know, we'll be outside more with it. I want to give you guys an understanding as far as what to be expecting of when you're like either trading or in the process of creating a project these days on Pump. Because to be honest with you, the meta's changed. I just dropped a video recently and it kind of showed like the state of the trenches as far as these quote unquote live creator coins. Now, let me just really quickly jump into Pumpfun so you guys can kind of see what I'm saying. I want to tie all the dots together, just so it just makes sense as very transparent, because what I do have to say is very important. At least I think it's gonna, I believe people are going to find value as far as you know, essentially what I got to offer. So first thing first, let me jump into Pumpfun, right? And I want to go over the state of what we're currently seeing in the trenches, right? And kind of just from there, we can kind of talk about like what to expect, so to speak, right? What to expect moving forward. Because a lot of times people have an understanding that you can just grab your camera phone, right? And then basically start streaming on Pumpfun, right? And then start a project and that's it. And theoretically, they have made it that simple to do. But for those that are really cooking up and making significant income in this, they're obviously doing a little bit further. So we're going to actually do a live in-depth research right now on the market just to kind of show you guys what the fuck's going on. And yeah, so without any further ado, let's do this. So here's Pumpfun. We're currently on live. Now, let's go to what makes a break real shit, you know, real channels. And also want to dive into it for you guys to see, like, behind the scenes, what you even have to have. Because a lot of times YouTubers are, I'm sorry, a lot of times people don't even understand mentally, like, the investment that the streamer, not the streamer that you see, but the actual camera operator, the production crew that you don't see, the ghost in the room, right? If you get a person that's holding their phone, that's one thing. But if you get a whole production where you got nice 1080p quality, they're out and about, they're showing the coin, it's horizontal, it looks like it's like 1080p or 4K, 60 frames per second. If you don't know these things are, they're going to be helpful for your pockets, especially if you're investing or sniping. So there's a new leverage of transparency out here. And even when it comes to those quote-unquote farm boys, when it comes to those clip grabbers, once you get the validation that, you know, something is actually real and not a recorded clip, then it gets into it, all right, cool, now it's real, what's the node narrative here? So let's dive into this. Let's go to this first one, Sand. It's at $9 million market cap. All-time high was 9.9. Started 9 months ago, right? I don't know if this is a production. I'm just throwing this on here. So as you guys may or may know, Pumpfun has created these creator fees, so to speak, so that when users come on and stream, they can basically give more attention to their coins, especially if they already have high market caps. This one started 9 months ago, before the whole thing was even a thing. So they have their own community. They've been eating like it's a whole other ball game. I want to go into a stream coin, however, that has just significantly just popped up recently in the market, and also that is potentially using like live production work behind the scenes beyond just their phones. So let's jump into that here. Let's see here. Okay, maybe this one here, Slops.
Guys, I'm waiting on the callers. Go ahead and call in 631-307-4995.
Started 13 days ago. All-time high was 908,000 market cap. Don't know if this is outside, however, because he is inside, of course, but the quality looks great. Oh, here we go. Here's what I'm looking for. There we go. Perfect.
Dance.
All right, so we got the situation here where it's a potential IRL situation. Their streaming quality is great. Once the actual viewers actually find out that if the chat's real, that they're really, not pre-recording and they're actually doing what they're saying they're supposed to do, usually it's now a time to understand like what does it take to get this, because everyone thinks that you could just come out here with a phone in the world and just give significant good quality like this, and that's not the case, to be completely frank with you. Like you can have like a Verizon phone or T-Mobile phone, whatever phone you freaking have, but the moment you're in rural areas, you're going to start to seeing like a lot of lag. Matter of fact, if you're looking at it right now, this he's got two cameras set up. One camera is actually connected like to his backpack here. You can see he's the guy, the NPC IRL. He's the actual man in this whole Pumpfun play, whatever, maybe, right? NPC IRL, boom, you get it, boom. He's there, he's doing his thing. You see his camera, and then you have another one that's basically a second camera that basically shows basically what's going on. And he's got looks like a Pumpfun like logo or in the background, so he's all marketed up and shilling at the same time point too, right? So this is why people, ape into a project without any type of KOL support. Is really just a matter of finding a specific project. Now, to go into detail, what actually the cost to break that down, let's go into that, because as you see, the market cap here is growing. It's growing significantly, and especially after they see proof of concept that there are real people streaming. Now, let's go into detail behind the scenes of what this thing might cost them, okay? So the first thing they're going to need to do is they're going to need a camera, right? So let's go to Google real quick and just type in like streaming 4K streaming camera 4K or something like that, right? 60 frames per second, right? We'll do that. Boom. All right. So with that being said, the first thing we pick up here, let's see here. Let's go scroll here and view all these cameras. Bam. I'm trying to be quick with this shit because I don't want to get this too wireless. Let's do wireless camera, wireless. So, all right, let's just say we'll use fuck it, this one right here, this Hollyland $500 camera. So this one's $500, right? Boom, you get this $500. That's not it though. That's not it. I'm not even telling you. There's more investment has to go down to it, and the reason why you need to understand this from even if you're not a creator is, if someone's going to spend X, Y, and Z amount of money, which I'm about to break down to you, just to go out there and pitch, record, and for you guys to see it, they're probably 9 times out of 10 doing an actual legitimate project, because you're going to need to have a lot more just to kind of bring the picture to the world. I've seen streams that just like could have been great where you got these guys trying to feed homeless. They're using a cell phone, however the data's bad and the picture doesn't show up good, so therefore the charts go down. So let me just give you this picture, whether you're a creator or not, you can understand all the type of things that you need in order to be that. And again, this creator thing is kind of a new thing because they give all these guys more money to be able to stream with the percentage they're getting from the buy and sales in the chart. Anyways, all right, so $500 camera, boom. Second thing we need to do is also have a battery pack, because you can't go dead, right? So a battery pack, charger, for a camera / computer. You want to get that. That's going to probably run about $149 to $200. And mind you, this is something that's going to be mobile, right? Because for the fact that you're going to need a mobile, not just a regular battery pack charger, but literally something that's going to be able to go on with you in a backpack style, right? So you're looking at between $170 $200, give or take, with that, right? So you got the camera, that's $500, another $200 for the battery pack. Now what you have to do is you got to get your service. So you're gonna go with whatever you're at in the world. Let's just say for me, for example, it's Verizon, T-Mobile. So you got to spend another hotspot modem, right? So hotspot 5G modem. That's one thing right there. A hotspot 5G modem between $250 to $500. So you're gonna spend around that ballpark. So let's just say the best one here, we see 5G Hog, $600. So that's right there. Now that you got the actual gear, what you also gotta do, you gotta get the service for the gear. So the service for the gear, you gotta go to freaking probably Verizon or T-Mobile. You're gonna probably charge you $100 a month to get like the best ultimate, like 150 gigs worth of database. Which, by the way, that's probably not gonna be enough even for your whole streams. But at least this is just something to keep going. After doing my research, I started to find out, to be completely frank and honest with you, that these guys are actually using multiple different devices to be able to stream. And the reason why is because if one goes out, then you'll have a backup. You basically have a backup where you can be like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and switch over to this other network while the viewers continue getting their stream. You don't want them to give any type of fear or uncertainty doubt. I've already gave you like over $2,000 worth of merchandise, but we're not even done yet. So we got 5G, we got the 5G modem, we got the hotspot, we got the battery pack, we got the camera. Now what do we do? All right, so now we need to essentially get another hotspot. Why do we need another hotspot? Because that hotspot is going to be a secondary hotspot to back up the first hotspot in case the first hotspot goes down. So boom. So you can essentially take this price, times it by 2, right? Get another provider. So the first one may be Verizon, the second one might be T-Mobile, for example, right? Depending on where you are in the world. And then now you have 2 hotspots. Now, in order for them to actually work in conjunction together, they have this thing called bonding. See, I'm teaching y'all. So bonding is basically where you take one hotspot and 2 hotspots, put it together so that way when streamers, IRL streamers, are out there in the real world, it'll bond that connection together to give you, the viewer on Pumpfun or YouTube or TikTok or Twitch, the easy, smooth, video rate that's not glitchy or choppy and everything works fine. You could be in rural areas and it will take small data packets of your information and send it out accordingly. Whereas if you were with just like a hotspot, it will jam the system up and you run into lag, error, and the next thing you know, people basically are leaving the chat or leaving the Pumpfun contract with their money and not building the floor because they don't believe in it because of the production value that's behind it. And that may not be your fault, but Pumpfun is essentially allowed an access, such as these other tools have allowed access to be able to get these things. But to be frank and honest with you, you as the individual have to expand if you really want to truly make money of it, whether it be making money from actually aping into particular projects because you know that the production value is strong behind the scenes, the the actual production value behind the scenes is strong, or the fact that you actually want to be creative and you want to do these things. You want to create natives. You saw, for example, the cancer patient. You saw, for example, different things that are aping and going crazy, and you can literally onboard those people in real life, but you have to have the production to do so. So, with that being said, we got into the hotspot 1, boom, hotspot 2, boom. Now we have to have a device that's going to bond these things together because it allows us to have streamlines. So we have this thing called a Live U streaming device, streaming backpack. These Live U's can range between $1,400 to $2,000, okay? So boom, now you got a streaming backpack. What it does is it takes the video, it goes into this and codes it into a nice format to export out to Pumpfun or YouTube or Twitch. On top of that, it takes both modems, you plug them both into it using USB, and it bonds them together, giving you one solidary signal strength, but basically in a way where it's exporting the streaming information directly out to you, Pumpfun, YouTube, etc., etc. So this is a device that all streamers that are in real life usually are having on the backpack, or usually the camera team are having, because they are understanding that quality is everything, and it's going to affect their paper if they don't be able to give the content that's needed, because people want things now, right, and fast. Okay, so already we're talking about a good $4,000 to $5,000 worth of investments, not to mention the monthly investments and down to it. So therefore, if you're on a chart and you're actually doing maybe shit like this, right? NBC will respond soon, daily recap or whatever it may be. They have a whole production set up. They got a set up so that way, one, they can go to, the second camera, which basically is showing, the actual PC. Third, they have a situation where the actual PC is actually holding something. He's got a backpack on, so he's got a live view with him, probably. So like that whole situation, he's definitely got a live view or situation, or at least the person that's with him. It's like he's got a phone right there, so the phone is streaming to whoever's is actually with him, and that whoever's with them has a live view situation, and it's basically using the Wi-Fi to bring both of them A/B camera work, and then everything else is marketing. He probably has a backpack on, looks like under that jacket actually, so you never know. But at the end of the day, this is what's required to now do a full live production and bring them, move into the charts. And it makes sense. You got people out there doing all types of FUD, all types of crazy hack and spam and shit that doesn't really work. You jump on a project, you think something is not. So if you have this mental understanding when you go into it, and especially if you're into the trading and you're like, all right, is this something that's actually might send? You take a look at the production value that they had to get into it after you verify that it's actually a live situation. That could literally tell you then and there that this particular project may be here for a longer time period than maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Just let you know. But I just wanted to give you some of this information, guys, just because I want to be transparent with you. Not a lot of people are going to break this shit down to you, because honestly, I know I had to figure it out myself. Again, you're gonna see me live out there in the field more, I bought all this shit. Like I'm down to fucking be a creator. I've been teaching dev, I've been teaching fucking bundling for the longest. I'm still doing it, but now we're moving into a new portion of our lives now, which is the creator thing, which is again something that's not going anywhere. It does take a small well, for me, I believe it's a small investment, but for a lot of people, it's a big investment. But it does take an investment for you to be serious at it, for other people and investors to take you serious. They don't understand why they're taking you serious as a project until everything that I just broke down to you is actually making sense to them from a visual standpoint. They don't understand the behind the scenes because they don't need to, but now understand that A plus B equals C is why you're getting D, right? D doesn't just show up because you have a phone in your hand, and you're walking around. Like, yes, you do have good signal sometimes, but a lot of times it doesn't work. We haven't talked about camera. We didn't even go into, honestly, with this. We didn't break down audio. We didn't break down lapel mics and and even like nighttime LED lights. We could the list can go technically break down further and further, and I'm going to help you guys if you guys are interested in actually being creators. But again, my job today was just to give you fully on as much as I could when it comes to this particular niche, and that way you have more information as a trader or a developer or a creator to make an understanding like, hey, this stream thing is taking on. I want to be a part of it. I want to figure out how I can make money with it. This is what I do. Well, hey, boom, I just showed you. With that being said, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. I'm Warren. Y'all come check me out. Come check me out. Subscribe to the channel. Join my Discord. I love y'all. Talk to you soon. Peace. Aha.